Hello buddy, Senior Engineer MBA and investor, and today's video I want to talk about Prime Medicine filing for IPO for the first time ever. Of course, Prime Medicine, we've covered this company in the past. It was really the only private company in the CRISPR landscape besides Mammoth Biosciences that people have had their eyes on, right? For obvious reasons, right? It's just as a reminder, Prime Medicine, they're all about prime editors. Some argue that's the third generation of CRISPR technology. Of course, we still don't have that many research papers compared to the first generation or second generation of CRISPR being base editors and so on. So I wouldn't say it's a done deal, but of course, this company going public does mean something. Now, I do want to remind viewers that when a company goes public, so going from private to public, there are many reasons behind that, right? First of all, the obvious one is they want to raise cash, right? Because with cash, you can reinvest in programs, right? You can reinvest in your programs in the pipeline. You can sort of reinvest that for more R&D count, head count, for more sales and admin headcount, more partnerships, potential partnerships, and so on. Of course, being a public company has those rewards. And of course, on top of all that reason, there's also employees. Employees, right? You got to think about employees. And I mean, I remember this. I don't remember who said this, but I remember in the tech space, companies in the tech space, only the public companies actually attract the best employees. And there's a reason why, right? The best employees, and I mean like people that are like talented, people that work very, very hard, long hours, that are very, very talented at what they do. Most of them, not all, but I think most of them, like over 90% for sure, they'll only work for companies that can sort of reward stocks to them. Because, having a base salary is good. It's really good and very important. But I think most people would agree with this is the real reward is having ownership in the company. And of course, these private startups, private companies, you get that ownership, and then you need to reward them in some sense, right? And the way you reward them is by going public. And of course, that is why many companies go from private to public, right? But going back to Prime Medicine specifically, I think this is amazing. I think it's amazing for them. I think it's an amazing coverage for Prime Medicine. It's an amazing news for CRISPR. I think being a private company is a good thing when you're early on, but I think for these types of biotech companies, at some point you have to go public because you have to raise cash. I mean, look, I'll be honest with you, they'll be diluting their stock. I mean, they'll be raising cash from the public markets. It's just interesting that we're literally in a recession, and we've been in the worst market in the past 5 years in the lows, and they're literally going IPO. Now, does that say anything? Not really. It just says that they're ready to go public in the rough times, and a lot of people were expecting other companies to go public before this company would go public. So kudos to the leadership there for making it happen. I think there's a lot of people, especially in our community, are waiting for this type of company to go public so they can invest in it. We had another tweet here from Yair, so again, shout out to Nat Hornini there for tweeting that and linking that to me. I completely wouldn't have seen this news this morning if it wasn't for him. Of course, Yair here tweeted out their actual document from Prime Medicine for the SEC there. Of course, there are no expected size for the IPO. It's not really, you can't really know the price range and so on. But RV did tweet something. I don't know if you guys can see this, but he said, what about the 200 million? So I think there's a estimation that it could be 200 million IPO. If I'm correct, if you do 200 million IPO and you put that, it's probably going to be worth about 6 to 800 million market cap. Which I think is very low. I think it's very low, but again, you have all these companies like Caribou worth 600 million. And of course, Prime Medicine is so early on. I mean, I've heard some feedback against Prime editors being it's a unproven technology. It's a sort of a gamble right now. So that could explain why this company would be worth around that value. I think it's could be even less, to be honest with you. Again, it's nice to be flashy. It's great to be having the great technology, but at the same time, if you don't have this proven, then to me, you're sort of gambling in a sense, because what's happening is you're taking this huge risk, right? You're a huge risk as opposed to taking proven technologies like CRISPR-Cas9 or CRISPR-Cas12 or base editors. I would say at this point, base editors, I think it is a proven technology, although there's the FDA hold there for Beam-201, but that's another topic maybe for another day. So I just wanted to cover this news with you guys. Of course, Prime Medicine going public. This is amazing. Really, really happy. I think for me, honestly, I'll be honest with you, I'm more excited for Mammoth Biosciences. I think what they're doing in the space, not just in genome editing, but also in the diagnostics. The fact that the FDA cleared one of their hardware a year or 2 years ago for obviously the pandemic there. I think that showed that the company was a lot more than genome editing, which I think human therapeutics is amazing, but there's a whole side of diagnostics and hardware manufacturing that you have to focus on and that you could leverage that to your benefit, right? Which is what Mammoth Biosciences is doing. So going back to this one here, very happy for biomedicine. We'll see where it goes. We'll be definitely covering this news as it unfolds there, as the price range, what's the actual market cap we should be expecting. But again, we are in a recession, so you guys please don't expect billions of dollars in market cap. It's not gonna happen. If it does, I'll be very, very shocked, because then that means companies like NTLA, CRISPR Therapeutics, Caribou, Beam Therapeutics should be worth a lot more. So I'll end this video like this. Hopefully you guys are having a beautiful Saturday here. I just had a crazy night, just a crazy week, honestly, I'll be honest with you. It's been a really rough week there, really busy with work, but I try to pump these videos out, try to read articles here and there, the most I can do, so that we can, of course, help you guys out with information for free. Again, education information, not financial information. So do like this video if you found value, subscribe if you're not, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video on a beautiful Sunday, hopefully. Thank you.